Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amy Oust. I'm from 107.5 Cool FM. This is Macaulay from Rock 95, and we welcome you so much to the OAB Conference Awards Luncheon. And it's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces gathered to celebrate the achievements and creativity that make Ontario's broadcasting community so very vibrant.
Not gonna lie, though, that it's a little nerve-wracking for us to be up here in front of peers and industry professionals and our entire management team, personally. Amy and I, with a combined experience of like 45 years of broadcasting, we've done hundreds of galas, usually in front of the normies, like our listeners and community people. So being in front of you guys today, there's a little added level of anxiety on it, so forgive us.
Yeah, but that's why it makes it so special, because, you're being recognized by your peers.
That is true. These awards are special for that reason. It's why we're honored to be here. Shout out to the OAB board and the organizers. Kudos for not making this an evening gala during the Jays game, per se. We've all done enough galas in the tight-fitting formal wear. Although, if there was an evening gala, we probably could have got a little bit more sleep. I want to know, by sound of mumbling while eating or clapping, who watched the entire game last night, the whole 18 innings? A few. I wasn't alone in that. All right. It is definitely great to be here for a afternoon luncheon. Also at those evening galas, there's usually like a CEO that talks about their company and goes on and on and on and on and on. So with that being said, please welcome to the stage to say a few words, the OAB Conference Chair, Jody Brooker.
Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see everyone's face. And I hope everyone has had a fabulous morning and enjoying a lovely lunch. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Accelerant, and all of our sponsors. It could not happen without you. It couldn't happen without all of our volunteers. This conference takes many, many people to pull off. So, Val, you are the queen of keeping us in order, and thank God for Val. True. So, in further ado, am I throwing it to you guys? Yeah, Accelerant. Luncheon sponsor, thank you so much.
A huge thank you to Accelerant, Factor, and all the other sponsors and supporters here at the luncheon and throughout the conference.
All right, I know that we were a few minutes behind getting going. You got a lot of hungry people, and so we are going to enjoy your lunch, and we've got the ultimate in lunch entertainment to join us. It's our honor to have a two-time Juno Award-winning performer and the first ever Indigenous artist to win both Alternative Album of the Year and Songwriter of the Year at the Junos. #1 singles, music featured on TV and more than 400 performances worldwide. And you can hear on Rock 95 if you're coming through Barrie. Please welcome, while we eat, the one and only Ace Sanabi.
Hello, everybody. Sorry we kept you from your dinner. I'm Ace and Abby, in case you were wondering. And this is Lala Noel. it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I play a lot of shows across this country, and there's a lot of people that come up and will say, like, I heard you on the radio, and I had to, like, there's this one person in particular. I remember he said, I was driving my truck. I'm from Southern Ontario. Your song came on, and I had to pull over, and I had to Shazam the song. And I went back to my house, and I Googled you, and I listened to your whole first record. And it was the record about my grandfather, and he didn't know about the record. He didn't know about me. He didn't know a lot about the history of this country. And he kind of came to that all through kind of hearing this song on the radio. And I thought that was such a beautiful thing. He said, just so you know, I want to preface this. He's like, I'm a 35-year-old white man from Southern Ontario. I grew up out here, and I live in my small town, and I didn't know all this history. I didn't know all this stuff that the song on the radio brought me to. And thank you so much for sharing that story and for bringing all this new information into my life. And that's the beauty about radio. So thank you. Thank you guys for all that you do. This is one of the songs from that record, a stripped-down version of it. This is the song that made me the first Indigenous artist to get a #1 on commercial radio in this country. So thank you guys all for that. This song called Nomads.
I was gone all those years, chasing all those ephanies. I was gone all those years, running from invisible fears. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gone all those years, and you always be here. I was gone all those years, while you slowly disappear. Oh, that Sunday night. Oh, what a burning sight. Oh, your guiding night. What if I'm afraid of the coming night? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Was gone all those years, while you just waited here. And I was gone all those years. Now I'm here, watch you see appear, watch you see appear. Oh, that kind of night. Oh, what a turning tide. Oh, your God. that you face the fire, face the fire, face the fire, face the fire. Oh, you face the fire, 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 face the fire. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Thank you. So I grabbed the wrong dry cleaning bag, and I didn't bring my show jacket, so I'm wearing my outdoor coat. But I didn't want to just come up here in a t-shirt, so I'm sweating up here for you. I wanted to look good for you guys. Because you guys all look very nice. So this is a song from the new record. This is a song I wrote with Lala Noel. You know, writing songs with people is something I'm new to. I'm always such an island when it comes to writing. But there's something very beautiful when you're writing and collaborating and building things with people who know you so well. So this is a song we wrote. It's an anthem to letting go, and it's I think like number 15 on radio or something like that, which is kind of neat. So I don't know. My career started fairly recently, so it's still so wild to like get into my car or go into the grocery store and hear myself. You know, I'm still kind of making a name for myself in different parts, and I went to play Rifflandia in Victoria, and I just remember this cab driver picked me up, and I load my guitar in, I load all my stuff in, we're driving, he's like, so you play music? And I'm like, yeah, I play music. He's like, that's like your job? I'm like, yeah, it's my full-time job. That's so cool, man. So what are you doing here? I said, I'm playing the Rifflandia Festival. He's like, well, would I have heard any of your music? I was like, it's on your radio right now. The wildest, that was like the coolest I think I've ever felt. That doesn't happen very often. So this is a song called Home. So thank you.
It doesn't have to feel like holding up a mountain. It doesn't have to feel like being crushed by the weight of it. If you hold up, hold it up now. If you hope, I hope it will be enough. If home is with the hardest, then we must be heartsick. We can't go back, we can't go back, we can't go back. And honey, I'm okay. You can take everything I have. Go ahead and leave us in a bed. Some things are not meant to know, some things are not meant to last. It doesn't have to feel like holding back the water. Doesn't have to feel like we're swimming the sea. You're not checking right up to your home. If you hope, I hope it will be enough. If home is with the hardest, then we must be heartless. We can't go back, we can't go back, we can't go back. And honey, I'm okay. You can take everything I have. Go ahead. ahead and leave us in a bed. Some things are not meant done. No, some things are not meant to last. Used to sing like oh, oh, oh. Used to sing like oh, oh. Used to sing like oh, oh, oh. Used to sing like oh, oh, oh. And honey, I'm a carry. You can take everything I have. Go ahead and leave us in a past. Some things are not meant to. No, some things are not meant to last. And honey, I'm okay with that. You can take everything I have. Go ahead and leave us in the past. Some things are not meant to. No, some things are not meant to last.
Thank you so much. We have 26 seconds left, so quick. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for playing Canadian music and supporting live music. What you guys do means so much. So thank you.
And how about another round of applause for another fantastic Factor artist who entertained us, the one and only Ace Anabi.
So, are you still nervous, Macaulay?
A little bit. Especially that we're getting now to the awards portion of it, but having a full belly helps. And I'm not so nervous that I got to do the stupid picture everybody naked thing, at least for nerves.
Okay, that's enough.
That's very rich coming from the person that talks about having spicy dreams of coworkers.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Can we just take a moment for Amy's sake? Can we all come together and agree that there is absolutely nothing wrong with that? It is a very natural, subconscious thing that happens, and it's a testament to working closely with creative types like everybody in this industry. We have spicy dreams. I mean, half this room has had spicy dreams about the other half of this room.
Okay, we're done with this now.
Our Hall of Fame inductee tonight, for instance, Doug Bingley. I mean, you don't have a Hall of Fame career. Just kidding. Because they do not trust us to handle the hardware, greasy announcer fingers, we would like to invite some help presenting the awards tonight. We'd like to invite OAB President Chris Pearson to the stage to give us a hand. Sneaky.
All right, getting into our awards, starting with the Broadcast Order of Achievement. The Broadcast Order of Achievement recognizes members for their tenure in broadcasting. And if we could just hold our applause till the end, join us in congratulating the following people. Everyone in attendance are invited to join us on stage, by the way, to receive their certificate. You want to read the names?
Congratulations, Terry Lee Coughlin, Cassandra Bond, Jordana Katz, Carrie Patrick, Billie Holiday, Kyle Taylor, Paul Evanoff, and Andrew Forsyth. Congratulations once again for everybody being recognized, and kudos for staying relevant and being impactful in this ever-changing up and down industry that we're all in together. Thank you guys very much.
The next award we will be announcing is the Creative Award, which is presented to the writer or producer who creates the best 30 or 60-second radio ad that inspires action, invokes emotion, and produces results.
And the winner is...
Z1035 wants to make your dreams come true.
Dreams can come true. Sweet dreams are made of these. Sweet dreams of rhythm and dancing. In a dream, my love. Dream until the sun goes down. Yeah.
Listen this Monday for a major announcement. We promise. It's something you'll be dreaming about. Only on Z1035.
Please welcome producer for Evanoff Radio, Sean Galbraith, to accept.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm truly honored to receive this award. I want to thank the OAB for this recognition. I'm so grateful for all the support along the way, and to my Evanoff Communications family, and of course, my wife and kids. This means a lot to me, and it keeps me inspired to keep working hard and doing my best. Thank you again for this wonderful honor. The dream of radio is still alive. Thank you.
Congratulations to Sean. Now, they're all close contests, but this was especially close this year. And we want to tell you that we want to give kudos to our runner-up, Vista Radio's Bays Roofing, Then I Fell Down entry. So congratulations. Before we announce the next award, we would like to ask a special guest to come join us on stage. Peter Hobbs, General Manager at Country 90.5, CFCH, Vista Radio North Bay. Please come join us.
Hi, as you know, I'm Peter Hobbs from Vista Radio, Ontario Mid-North. Kevin Oshefsky, who just joined the OAB board yesterday from Country 90.5 FM in North Bay, he has been a supporter of the CIBC Run for the Cure for many, many years. But something changed in 2024. Kevin's wife, Josie, was diagnosed with breast cancer. The nearest cancer center to North Bay, to their home, is in Sudbury, 150 kilometers away. As Kevin O started accompanying Josie to her appointments, it occurred to him that thousands of people had made that same journey, often with hope, but often in desperation. So Kevin approached his cluster PD and GM with an idea. He said, what if I actually did my own Walk for the Cure, making my way from the Northern Cancer Research Clinic in Sudbury to raise more money and awareness for cancer research. On October 1st, 2024, at 6 a.m., I was with Kevin for his first full day of the 4-day walk. I was guarding him from traffic with a station vehicle, carrying the supplies he'd need, and experiencing the incredible interactions with people along the way. Brian Cooper, morning host of Bell Media's Pure Country in Sudbury, who Kevin had known for many years, escorted Kevin for the first 10 kilometers. People were honking and waving the entire time. It was amazing. Motorists and motorcyclists were pulling up alongside the station vehicle to hand over cash and well wishes. More than one transport driver pulled over to donate money and asked Kevin for a hug. It was incredible. I'm kind of choking up. In the end, Kevin personally raised a third of the total raised by the CIBC Run for the Cure in 2024 in North Bay, and spoiler alert, he repeated the feat again this October 2025. This is Kevin's third consecutive year of winning the OAB's Community Service Award. It's his efforts that make this, that make the real difference in small market communities. And oh yeah, Josie is now considered cancer-free. Kevin? Where's Kevin?
You've heard about it your whole life. You've lent your support to others for years. And then one day, it hits home. The path you've been on shifts. Your family's bright light flickers. But you decide you're not letting the darkness win. This time, it's personal. And you decide to take that first step on this uncertain, uphill path and end up inspiring your family, your friends, your colleagues, entire communities along the way through heartfelt generosity of spirit. Sometimes raw, but always hopeful. 129 kilometers is the distance from Sudbury's Health Sciences North Cancer Center to downtown North Bay. A drive too many know too well as they've traveled up and down Highway 17 for cancer care. A drive Kevin and his family now also know as his wife and Ella and Mila's mother Josie is in the fight of her life. That's just the beginning of North Bay's Country 90.5 FM morning host Kevin O's Walk for the Cure.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Hicks.
It's Sasha.
This is Tyler Joe Miller.
Hey Kevin, it's Brett Kissel. I just want to wish you and your family all the best.
Join us in supporting him.
Donate now.
Together we can make a difference.
Love you, buddy.
This is going to be tough. They told me I was presenting this award, so I was not prepared for this. I've always had great admiration for people who take a really tough situation and find a way to make things better. And that's all we did. Pardon me. We had, at the time that I came up with this idea, my wife had been through chemo, a cycle of chemo. She'd been through, I think it was 15 radiation sessions, 2 surgeries, and we thought we were kind of into the home stretch, and we found out she was going to have to go through chemo all over again. And so I decided that we needed to change our story, even if just for a brief moment. We needed to find a way to talk about cancer in a different frame. And so for a few days we did. We talked about cancer in a celebratory way because we brought the community together. And as much as it started out as a way for us to deal, it became apparent that it was about a larger community. And so people stopping on the side of the road, thank you. Is there any extra dessert? It became people stopping on the side of the road. It became, a woman who waited for me at the finish line, who was on her way to chemo, just to say thanks. And it was at that moment that I realized it was no longer about our family anymore. It was about a much larger family that we, as much as we wouldn't have chosen to be part of it, are proud to say that we are. So thank you to everyone at Vista Radio who let us do this thing. And a couple of weeks ago, we did it again. I said I would never do it again, but I did it one more time. And the reason being is the first time was about us, or it started that way. The second time was about everybody who was still in that fight or whose journey had started. So it was in honor of them. So the second one was called One More Walk Home. I will not be doing it next year. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Amazing job, Kevin. And this guy, he's such a pro announcer as well, because he came up to me beforehand and said, I'm supposed to be presenting an award, but I don't have a script. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't like telling lies, but I had to say, don't worry about it. Just wait until I introduce you. And so we kept it under wraps, and it's the best lie I ever told, Kevin. That was fantastic.
All right. Up next is the Radio Sales Star Award. Let's watch.
Some people brag about their kids.
He's already using the potty. He's basically a genius.
Some brag about their cooking.
My pulled pork, top 3 in the world, easily.
But you brag about your brand. That's because you went with Hoops and Loops for custom apparel and promotional products. Your whole team can rep your brand with top quality embroidered clothing, printing, and promo items that say,
"Hey, I work here, and we're the best!"
Brag about your brand with Hoops and Loops. Visit hoopsandloops.ca.
And a big congratulations to Farrah Miltimore, Integrated Marketing Manager, Central Ontario Broadcasting.
Sorry, I had slight confusion. And I'm in sales, so we don't take direction very well. Anyways, I quite honestly am up here as an extension to the team at Central Ontario Broadcasting. This campaign was a small but mighty one, and I want to thank our creative lead digital strategist on this, Maeve Parrish. Maeve has an understanding of clients that not a lot of people have, so our client came to us with not a huge budget, but we were able to create incredible impact for her. And then the creative radio spot that you heard was also an extension of the entire team, from the top all the way to the creative directors, to our general manager, and everyone in between. So it is truly a team effort. And I wanted to also thank Doug for having the vision and understanding that we as an industry needed to evolve and to create something for our clients so that they could evolve. And at COB, we understand that when local business thrives, we as a business thrive. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
And this brings us to the next award, which is the Station Promotion Award. It goes to the station that best promotes itself. It's kind of become cliche that we in broadcasting will market for other people and we take on our clients to promote them. Sometimes it can slip through the cracks to promote oneself. So this is a judged on originality, station benefit, goals achieved, and impact in the community opportunity to recognize some excellence.
And thanks to the next group for sponsoring. Please welcome Christy Hennessy, Senior Vice President, Customer Success, to present the award.
The Station Promotion Award goes to the Rock 95 Birthday Bash, Central Ontario Broadcasting.
Time. Some of you have been trying to get in for weeks. Some for months. Some for years. The hours you spent calling 721 Rock. Then calling back.
Rock 95, I'm sorry, caller number 2. Keep trying.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Caller number 3.
Ah, darn it.
Rock 95, I'm sorry, you're caller 8.
The second you heard the magic words.
You're caller number 9.
What?
Hi, you're caller number 9.
It was all worth it.
Woo! I did it!
Because it got you here.
You're caller 9.
No way!
Woo!
Where, in just a few minutes, on this very stage, you'll sing along with amazing bands.
Yeah!
And have chances to win all night long.
Oh my God!
Starting
Yes!
now.
No way!
It's about time we get to party with you again.
You're going to the birthday bash.
Oh, that's great, man!
It's about time to begin the Rock 95 Birthday Bash.
For some outside of Barrie, it might be difficult to realize just how ingrained in the local culture and how much of an institution a radio promotion has become. When I moved to Simcoe County 10 years ago, I asked somebody who wasn't even in media, I said, what's the lay of the land of Simcoe County radio? And instead of saying, well, there's 7 or 8 stations, one place country, one place, the first words out of his mouth were, well, there's Rock 95 and they do this thing called the Birthday Bash. This isn't just about the event, although it's a hell of an event. It's the season, it's the lead up to it. It's the culture of trying to be Caller 9 and the experience and the journey that our listeners go on the entire 3 months leading up to it. It's certainly something above and beyond anything I've ever experienced in radio across this country. So congratulations.
So from Central Ontario Broadcasting, brand manager Matt Cacchione is here to accept the award.
Thank you, guys. Yes, my name is Matt Cacchione. I'm the brand manager of Rock 95. And although I'm the one that plans the party, it's a whole lot more than just me. And I'm not just saying this because they're in the room, but if it wasn't for our sales department, this party wouldn't be possible. I also want to thank Doug Bingley, our owner and our fearless leader, who gives us the capability and the means to throw on this party every year. Macaulay just said it. This is way more than just a radio contest, which is what it started out to be 27 years ago. This really is an event. It celebrates community, not only just the citizens and the listeners within our region, but also the business community. People go out of their way to attend this party. Yes, it's a concert. Yes, it's exclusive. Yes, having 600 listening appointments over the course of 3.5 months is a great thing to have, but we do so much more for the community. We have over 100 people who show up and run in their underwear on a busy street just for the chance to come to this party. People have tattooed our logo on their body. People donate wedding rings to charity and then buy them back just so that they can go to a party. I swear to God, somebody actually did it. They took off their wedding ring, donated it to an auction, and then bought it back so that they can go to the party and give money to a charity. We've collected over 500 turkeys for the Barrie Food Bank. This is just a huge, huge party. And I know it's hard to convey in the video. This is more than just a Caller 9 contest. That is just a small component of what we do. We've been able to generate new streams of revenue year over year through this party just because people want to be a part of it. And if ever you're in Barrie and can be Caller 9 or win your way in, I strongly recommend that you be a part of the Rock 95 Birthday Bash. It doesn't hurt that we have, life-changing prizes that are, once again, phenomenal sales team goes out and gets. But we also have huge cash prizes, life-changing prizes, and of course having some help with our musical guests to the tune of like Gloria Sons, Collective Soul, Big Sugar, Tom Cochran, The Trues, Sloan, a whole lot more that I'm forgetting, but it's a whole lot of fun, and this is more than just me and the station. This is all about the celebration of community. So thanks to the OAB for recognizing this, and thanks to everybody in the room because radio broadcasting is one hell of an industry, and it's not going anywhere, and we're here to stay. So thank you.
So far, congratulations to all the winners, and I think congratulations to everybody that submitted for consideration for awards, because some of the runners-up, the tallying was close, and it's always great to have so many people from so many places celebrated in an event such as this. And when we can come together and celebrate this industry that Matt kind of talked about, always great. That's why it's an extra pleasure to be here.
All right, so we have one more person to recognize, and that is the OAB Hall of Fame Award.
This is a board-nominated honor presented to somebody who has spent most of their careers working in private broadcasting and have demonstrated a commitment to the highest standards of broadcast excellence. There's another cliche that when you have independent companies or small companies, you can have an owner from away who's too hands-on and not have the experience behind the mic, but that is not the case with our Hall of Fame inductee. In fact, as the years go on, the passion for the product continues to grow. So this is very, very deserving. So it's my honor to induct to the 2025 OAB Hall of Fame, Doug Bingley.
Every great story begins with a spark of curiosity. For Doug Bingley, that spark was radio. As a kid, Doug was the one tinkering with radios. He even got his first amateur radio license back in 1969. In the 1970s, Doug worked at TV Ontario and CBC, contributing to iconic programs like The National and The Fifth Estate. It was there he met Patsy, a pioneer in TV technical operations, and the perfect partner for a life full of adventure. Doug eventually moved into a steady middle management job at Bell Canada. Good job, steady paycheck, 3 young kids. Radio was just a dream he tucked away. Then one day, at the local library, he picked up a copy of Broadcaster magazine. He noticed the CRTC was looking to license a new station in Barrie. Most people would have flipped the page. But Doug thought, I think I can do that. And on October 7th, 1988, Rock 95 was born.
Hi, good morning. This is Central Ontario's premier rock and roll radio station, Rock 95 FM.
It's the sound of rock and roll. Rock 95 FM signed on at 5:30 this morning with Central Ontario's first rock and roll radio station.
But is Central Ontario ready for a rock and roll station?
You bet they are. We opened up the phone line the other night for a little while. We asked people to call us, let us know how we were doing. From that one mention, we had over 80 phone calls. It was just an incredible response, so they're ready.
Rock 95 FM, local news, traffic.
So in the early days, there wasn't a lot of budget for advertising, but Doug had a big idea. He borrowed a hot air balloon, positioned beside Highway 400 during Canada Day long weekend when all the traffic was coming by. Banners were really expensive, so he cut bed sheets in to spell out Rock 95 and then Velcroed them to the side of the balloon. What he didn't anticipate was the Velcro failing. So instead of seeing Rock 95, passerbys saw this huge balloon advertising something called OC 9. But he also bought another promotional toy, a big, pink, helium-filled pig. What could go wrong?
If you're fond of using the expression when pigs fly, you might want to hold off for a little while, because somewhere in the skies over Ontario right now, a giant inflatable pig is loose.
He's well known around Barrie, trotted out by a local radio station for publicity. But Pinky the Pig may now have more exposure than anyone ever intended.
When you're flying at 500 miles an hour and you go by a stationary pig, it looks like the pig's flying at about 500 miles an hour. So a pilot might be concerned about that.
Over the years, Rock 95 grew from that scrappy startup to become Central Ontario's most listened to station and one of the top 5 rock stations in Canada.
For most of my career, Doug's really been a pain in the you-know-what. We had a hard time competing with him for ratings and promotions. When they did something, they did it really big. I mean, who gives away a house?
Doug didn't stop there. In 2001, he launched Star 1075 and later became Barrie's #1 at-work station with the rebrand of Cool FM.
Hey, congratulations, Doug. No participation ribbon for you.
No, inducted into the Ontario Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame. And you know what, Doug? Well deserved.
Doug's also never been afraid to invest in his radio stations and give his staff the tools to be successful. Take, for example, the Cool FM Shower Radio, which I think is arguably the best promotional item I've ever seen any radio station ever have.
Doug was a pioneer in support for Indigenous radio stations, providing funding and resources for 4 Indigenous stations in the region.
So we opened up in 2002. We presented him at that time with an eagle feather as well as a drum. And he was just so thrilled, just as thrilled as we were to have him help us out. And help us out he did.
Then came a bold move into Canada's biggest market. In 2013, Doug and his team introduced Indie 88 in Toronto.
The 88.1 frequency became available. Frequency, we just never thought there would be another frequency available in Toronto.
What a big day for you yesterday and for everyone around here, wasn't it? Yeah, we were awarded a license for the City of Toronto. It's outstanding to me, and in all seriousness, Doug, it's absolutely amazing. A small business owner could capture a radio license in Canada's largest city And I'll tell you, that is really a testament to your hard work and years of dedication to the industry. So a big congratulations.
Well, thanks, Randy. And you know what? It's also...
I will never forget. You know, that was the start of Indy 88 on that day. Working at that station was one of the great joys of my life. I mean, not just because we built a really awesome radio station, because we did, but because I got to do it with my dad.
Early in his career, Doug had even taken his passion overseas, co-founding a Russian-Canadian joint venture that grew into 7 stations in St. Petersburg under the Radio Hits brand.
Dear Mr. Bingley, dearest Doug Klodovich, Your Radio Holiness, I open this bottle of champagne in your honor. Cheers. Your health.
Yeah. He wanted to be more in the community, and then that morphed into Barrie 360, which is our online news portal. We have his full support, and it's really refreshing to have that in this day and age.
Doug saw the rapidly changing media landscape, and at a time when most companies were scaling back, that's when he really put his foot on the gas, and he started a full-service agency that was built to help local businesses thrive. The agency name was sparked by the previously aforementioned very expensive promotional tool that was lost over the skies of Central Ontario.
Beyond business, Doug has served as president of the Ontario Association of Broadcasters, advocating for the industry's growth and innovation. He's also an active member of the Barrie Rotary Club, reflecting his deep dedication to giving back to the community.
Congratulations, Doug. Well deserved.
Your belief in radio and your commitment to our industry is so valuable and so important. Thank you for that.
Nobody but nobody has done a better job of typifying the spirit, the smarts, and the commitment to local service of Canada's independent broadcasters. In the nearly 40 years that I've known you, you've consistently shown the big guys how to remain relevant and successful in radio today. Take a bow.
Hey Doug, congratulations on your incredible award. So well deserved. What I loved about working with you is you listened to great advice. You asked great questions, but most importantly, you acted.
Rock 95 Morning Crew, Doug, OAB Hall of Fame.
We just want to say congratulations on this amazing honor, and we are so incredibly proud to be part of this company.
You're a Hall of Famer, Doug.
I've known Doug since 1986 when he first came up with the idea. Same format we chose 39 years ago, the same one it's on today.
Congratulations, Dad, on winning this OAB Lifetime Achievement Award. Nobody deserves it more than you, and I couldn't be more proud to be your daughter.
Congratulations, Doug, on a well-deserved award.
Congratulations, Doug.
Congratulations, Doug.
Congratulations, Doug. High fives all around.
Now it's time to sit back, celebrate, perhaps even with the really big glass of wine. Congratulations, Doug.
I couldn't be more thankful to have gotten to work with such a great guy for as long as I did, and no one deserves it more.
Yeah, thank you for being such a great boss, and thank you for being such a great human being.
I mean, what people don't know about you, I think, is that you fight for radio, you fight for the future of radio, and you're incredibly honest and intelligent. So I am so proud of you, and thanks for everything you do for us.
Hey, Doug, it's been an honor working for you since day one here at Rock 95. Congratulations, you are a legend.
You should be really proud. Well deserved, long overdue. There needs to be more Doug Bingleys in the broadcast industry.
Today, we celebrate Doug, not just for the stations he built, but for the communities he connected, the artists he championed, and the endearing spirit of innovation he brought to broadcasting.
Wow, I haven't heard anything so nice about anyone since the last funeral I went to. And I'm not dead, am I? That was very, very nice. And thanks to Dave Carr and our staff for putting that together. That was a great video. I'm humbled to receive this award, and I'm not used to winning awards. What Dale, one of my morning jocks, pointed out was something he talked about a ribbon. And at school, I didn't do much studying, so I didn't get many awards. And when it came to athletics, well, they hadn't actually invented participants' ribbons back then. So I haven't received many awards in my life. But this one was worth waiting for. I started in January. It'll be 53 years since I started first time in radio. And I'd like to share a couple of highlights with you. My first position was in television in master control, and it was what you would call an inauspicious beginning. You see, I had a technical background, but not in TV, so I was learning on the job. And here's how on-air worked back then. Breaks were complicated since it was all analog. For example, IDs were actually on a slide on a projector that came from an area called Telecine. And as the show ended, the person who was switching the break would light up the station ID, cut to Telecine, run a cart for audio, start the VTR, and off you'd go. It was pretty hairy because the ID was 10 seconds long, and the VTR was on a 10-second roll. So if that slide didn't work, you got 10 seconds of dead air. That's bad in radio, but it could be career-affecting in television. So it's my second day, and I'm working in Telecine, and we're about to go into a break, and instead of switching the projector into remote, I've managed to turn it off. That's 20 seconds to air, and the woman who's switching the break gets on the intercom and inquires about what's going on. And I remember vividly thinking, wow, that girl sure can swear. Anyway, I found the on switch, so everything turned out okay. Now, a word about the woman on the intercom. Back in 1973, there were few females working on the technical side of television. It wasn't easy for her to get a tech job, but she persevered, working her way up to crew chief and later ENG editor. She was truly a trailblazer. Now, in addition to her extensive vocabulary, she was intelligent, beautiful, really fun to be around, and for a hobby, she actually climbed mountains. And this year marks our 50th wedding anniversary. So, Patsy, please stand up. Yes, she can. Now, where was I? Let's see. I didn't get fired on my second day, met the girl, married the girl. Oh, yeah, radio. So the years went by, and I started a couple of radio stations in Barrie, then one in Toronto, and some in Russia. And as cool as launching a radio station is, the best part is working in them. Nothing beats, and you know this, nothing beats going into a station every day and making great radio and working alongside my colleagues and my friends, all very talented people, many of whom are local stars. These guys are stars. There's no doubt about it. I go to events and people are asking for their autograph. I show up, they just want it on a check. Anyway, on top of everything else, at 4:40 every day, I got to, there was a feature called The President's Pick, and I got to be on air, on the radio, saying a few words about a song that I'd actually picked. And I have to say, from a work experience standpoint, that's as close to heaven as you'll ever get. So that's about my career running radio stations. But in more recent years, I've had the privilege of serving on the board of the OAB and working with you, the members, to better our industry. And that experience has been the capstone of my career. Now, I just want to address briefly one opportunity I think we have for radio, and one of the key aspects of any industry's success is the environment in which they operate. And the new environment we have today is where our challenges are coming from. Now, the same holds for print. Their problem is similar to ours. The environment has changed, and although people still read the news, social media is sopping up ad revenues. So print lobbied the government of Canada, and the result, labor support programs covering almost 50% of journalist salaries. And here's the key point. Print changed their environment. And we can change our environment as well. Imagine if 50% of our programming salaries were supported. That would be a game changer. That would ensure local radio in communities across this country. And it's not far-fetched to ask for that. The government supports many other industries. They distribute over $1 billion a year supporting other creative industries, another $1.5 billion for the CBC, and what our ask would be 5% of that amount. Now, that sounds great, but it's not going to be easy to get there. It takes a lot of work. Print invested in an incredible amount of time. We've begun some of that work at OAB and CAB. We have a couple of funds available to us, but they're relatively small. But I believe that working together through our associations and with your help, we can achieve the goal of having meaningful support for radio. Now, in closing, I want to thank you all for this wonderful award. It's something I'll display proudly. It's a physical representation of the wonderful years I've had in the broadcast industry that have really made my life so wonderful. I truly appreciate your recognition, and I thank you.
How about a round of applause for Chris, who had to hold that award the entire video and speech. Biceps are pounded. Congratulations, Doug, and thank you to all of the award winners for the work that they do. It is a little icing on the cake to be recognized amongst your peers, as we talked about from the very open. Once again, Amy from 107.5 Cool FM will be signing autographs outside. I'm McCully from Rock 95, and we're going to get to the resumption of the leadership program in just a few minutes, I think. Sales done for the day. Naps will be had, and we'll be all ready to go for Game 4 tonight. Go Blue Jays!